Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? Flag! What is that? Watch out! Watch out! Tight and right! Tight and right! Tight dog! Tight dog! Tight dog! Hey! Check! Check! 5 on the 50! 5 on the 50! Shit! Shit!
This is Peyton Barber. He led them in rushing a season ago. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Check now. Hey, stop. Let's go.
Here's Winston. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It's called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in there, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
He's got Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
First down, Tampa Bay.
And that's the first connection, the number 1 overall pick in 2015, finding the number 7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower, but that catch radius that Evans provides, that makes him that much more dangerous.
Rush in.
Jameis now on 1st down. Completion left side to Miller. 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a whistle and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Again, it's Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Chris Godwin, the former Penn Stater, should see an increase in action and production in 2019 with Adam Humphries and Deshaun Jackson gone from the team. 842 yards in 2018, second only to Mike Evans on the Buccaneers.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, Barber. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Peyton Barber, a surprise workhorse for the Buccaneers in 2018. I don't think they expected him to have 234 carries, but he certainly felt like he could carry the load and just carried it there for a nice gain.
Ready? Black, what is that? Watch the run, watch the run. Watch the run. Shift, shift. Let's go.
Jameis to throw it. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Hold on. Check. Check Mike 45. Hey, here I come.
Here's Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. Oh, what a juke into space. The 30. Touchdown, LA. Todd Gurley, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. First quarter touchdown run. Remember, this coming on the heels of his NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. It was so great last week.
Did you feel the rumble all the way up here?
The big bodies up front.
Big bodies moving people, and him, of course, charging through those great holes that were created.
So off to a great start here. Maybe looking for award number 2, adding to the award that he won last week in the NFC. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They bring him down. Dante Fowler able to get him for a loss of about 3. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that.
Hey, you live on the 50. Live on the 50. Kill.
Another try after the first down sack. Winston. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
65. Jumper. Wait. Hey, 5-0. Check.
Barber on 1st and 10. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Hey, we got 4 down. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check 4. Check 5.
Here's Winston. And a catch right side by Evans. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there, 1st down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Alert 3. No. Come on. Run back.
A 1st down throw for Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Winston. And break, the tight end's got it. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Check. 4 down. Kill.
On play action, Winston. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Samson Abuka. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, out comes the Bucs free agent signee Bradley Pinion to punt, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Golf will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season.
45's the mic. 45's the mic. We own them.
2nd and 5 now. Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Goff now looking to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Huh? 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And the Buccaneer defense for the 2nd straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
What? Wait, 20. 54. Coverage. 12, 12. Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. They're going to need some therapy after this.
From the gun, here's Goff. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The 4-time All-Pro Johnny Hekker is on to punt for L.A. as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 9-yard line.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
All day, defense, all day, all day. Spine. No. Showing it.
7-7, our score after 1. 2nd quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Switch. Check nickel. Kill.
On second down, it's Austin. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Aaron Donald's secret, if there is one, to his play, his ability to contort his body in such a way that you can't get a good, clean block on it. He slides through holes and slides past blockers and makes plays just as we saw there.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
He's crashing. He's checking. Wait. Check. Flip.
They go back to the ground. This time Barber. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on fourth down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jason Pierre-Paul. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. That'll net 7 yards on the ground, but it'll leave him with a healthy distance still to go on third down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And let's see, the Bucs with 6 DB, so a dime set here on third down. Out of the gun, Goff. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10.
Hey, stop. Check three. Slam. Hey, 5 on the 50.
Following the interception, Winston going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Get in the right room. Check 52. White. Check.
Winston leaves it with Barber on the draw. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 42 yards.
First down, Tampa Bay.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Shoot. Watch the shoot. He's checking. Crash. Come on. Sunday. Let's go.
From the red zone now, Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Corey Littleton. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Well, the jet sweep. This is Godwin. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back, and it'll be 3rd down. So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Watch the twist. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 57's Mike.
On 3rd down, here comes Barber. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ready. Flag. What do that? It's a party now. It's a party now. Jack. Green, 17.
From the gun, Winston. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Check 44. Check 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They'll run with Barber. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Third and goal. This L.A. Rams defense will try to bow up once more. They'll run with Barber. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Peyton Barber. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long. To throw is gone. It's caught left side by Cooks. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
The play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Vita Vea picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14.
Got 180. Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move. Four there. Alert. Done. 45. Mike, 45. Check.
A shotgun snap for goal. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Let's go, let's convert, let's convert, let's convert. Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. 49, check 49, check 49. Under 10, let's go. 10.
They'll run with Austin. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Bucs on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Check 3, check 3. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 13, check 13.
Out of the backfield, it's Austin. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Blue 80. 58, come on. Come on, baby, come on, let's go.
On the carry here, it's Austin. A big play there just before halftime. And even 50 yards on the ground. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Check, check, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And this is going to be intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Tonight, Mike 20. Mike 4. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Ric Flair. Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now it's gone. Open day right side is Cup complete. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go. 180. 54 Mike. Hey, here we go.
On first down, it's gone. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch 54. Watch 54. No chance. Orange. Mike 54. I got you, boy.
A final shot before break here. Goff. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half. And
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. On deck, punk.
Goff. He gets it to Cooks. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. Cooks now in his 2nd season with the Rams. He's had 4 straight years over 1,000 yards. He had 2 with the Saints, 1 with New England, and then he went over 1,000 again last year with the Rams. 80 catches, 1,204 yards.
Cut. 20. Watch tight end. Hey. We got 3.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. Yeah, he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for L.A. This is taken at about the 14. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Watch tight, tight is right. Watch tight, tight is right.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's in. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Slam, slam, slam. Wait, double thing. 50 against the mic. Go 50 against the mic. Watch the slam. Watch the slam. Come on. Sunday. Kill, kill, kill. Turn.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Shakes off the sack. Now he'll escape to his right, and he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pena now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Like 20. I'm here all day. Double tight, double tight. Double tight. 3 down, 3 down. 3 down.
Gurley again here on 1st down. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Goff into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Ready? Flag, what you got? Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Watch the safety creep. Hey, let's get it for purpose.
Over the middle to Evans. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Ready? Blue lady. Wrap it. Check. Wait. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Tight go.
They'll run on first down. Austin. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Michael Brocker's in on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Hey, stop.
Throwing on second down. Winston flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Ready? Black 22. 57. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work. Shit. Come on. Sunday. What have we got?
Winston. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
He's coming. We got double. Hey, even. Check nine. Hey, watch it.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. Third and goal.
Check safety. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They go play action. Winston. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down. And Gay knocks this one through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Let's go.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Watch the pass.
Here's Goff. Steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Goff now to throw. Out left, he's got it to Everett. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Bang, bang. Green, triple team. Bang, bang. "57's the mic. Watch 57. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Let's go.
1st down, Winston. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a 4th quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? After the interception, here's Goff. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. And the Buccaneer defense for the 2nd straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, 2nd half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. His pass caught with the 4. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robbie Anderson, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Zerline connects on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Switch. Flip.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Austin. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll keep it on the ground. Austin. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On first down, it's Austin. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Everyone got 4 down. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Flip it. 57's a mic. 57's a mic. Man, I got you. Jump.
On 2nd down now, it's Austin. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
Wait.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Open man has got one. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 21.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Winston now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, even. Check.
Winston gives to Barber. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Kill. Shoot. Check 37.
To throw is Winston. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Gay's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 31-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Look, 180. Mike 54. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Now Goff. And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, lift.
The Rams going for it on fourth. Gone. And no, it's incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on fourth down. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Winston now to throw on first down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike.
Now gone. That'll be caught by Cup. And they work this out past the 25. 23 yards the pickup there. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
Mike, 180.
They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
You must be dreaming.
Back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He'll look to throw. It's caught left side by Cooks. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Gone. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Austin. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Gay is on for the point after. And the lead is now 13. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Check. Block 20. Check. 45 to Mike. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Tampa Bay, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our